Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Lisa here from the Shady Tree Stitches, and welcome to episode number 30. 30! Can you believe it? It's amazing. I can't believe it that I've actually stuck with it this long. But hopefully you're enjoying it, and hopefully you want me to keep going. So feel free to comment below and let me know what you think. I know I have a small dedicated number of followers. Not big numbers like out in America, but as I've said before, we do have the problem of being unseen down here in Australia. There's a couple of us, and it's very difficult to get out into the bigger population. So if anyone knows a way I can get out there, please let me know. But really, the purpose of this is to vlog my journey of my cross stitch since I've restarted cross stitching again this year in 2019. I have found it to be so helpful for so many different ways. It is just a great relaxation tool. It's a great way to meet new like-minded people. Thanks to virtual stitches and floss tube, I no longer feel like I'm a total alien doing something weird by myself, and I'm really enjoying the collaboration, sharing ideas, and the social aspect as well. So thank you to all of you who are my new floss tube and virtual stitching friends. I do appreciate having you in my life. I'm just taking a moment to video this morning. It's Sunday morning. I never know what the date is, but it's Sunday morning. Thought I'd get out to where the good light is and do a quick little bit of a vlog. I would say this is going to be a bit of a vlog week because I stitched a lot last week. I did stitch, but only on a few projects. So there's not really a lot for me to say to you. And we could get interrupted at any time because I'm out in the family room and everyone's home. So I actually did a total of, before last night's stitching, 2,605 stitches during the week. But that was only on 3 projects, one of which I forgot to bring to show you, but only did 400 on that. The first one that I spent a lot of time working on was this one. It's my Hands to Work sampler by Victoria Sampler. Really love these, but they have got so many different types of stitches. They're beautiful, exquisite. Really love them, and I have some more in my stash. So I spent a lot of time working on this, and it previously looked like this. And I did 717 stitches, I think. It now looks like this. Isn't it gorgeous? 2 little ladies tending their garden. I worked out it's tiny. Like, seriously, look how big it is. Tiny! Wincy. I'm thinking maybe I'm on 40 count. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's great, but it just comes out very dainty. And look, we've got lazy daisy stitches and those cute little bees. So I'm looking forward to doing more of it, but I'm giving myself a little break first. And that fulfilled a lot of prompts for my homeworks. As I said, I'm very busy working on different activities. That was actually my 1,000 stitches to finish off my dominoes and wacky whips from semi-stain stitches. So I had to do 100 stitches on something, 200 on something, 300 on something. So that was my 1,000. I think I'm meant to go back to the beginning, but I don't really want to because I've got other things I want to do. I've got some big goals to try and finish, but I'll get to them later. The second thing I spent most of the time working on was this one, which is the Design Works 12 Days of Christmas. It's a beautiful chart. I knew I wanted to do a 12 Days of Christmas, and there's lots of different ones out there. And this is the one I settled on. And I did it because it fulfilled basically all the prompts for Magical Stitches homework this week. Previously looked like this. And I like the fact that I could do it. All the homework for Magical Stitches and Shirl's 30 Minutes a Day were all 100 stitches on like lots and lots of different things. Magical Stitches had the option of 200 stitches, which of course I did, being the high achiever I am. So it now looks like this. I've not completely finished anything, but that swan is almost, he just needs a few reeds and the words from the 7 Swans Are Swimming. And in the middle we have the partridge in the pear tree. You can see the pear and a bit of the tree. and the space where the partridge is going to go. And then I have the box all done ready for the ladies dancing. Really, really enjoying doing this. I haven't done a design works for years, and it's good. It will have some back stitching, but it's great to be able to have one project that fits so many homework prompts. So they were two of the homework tasks I did. And then last night, I went back to working on Where My Heart Blooms by Blackbird Designs. And again, just so grateful for the Stitchy Kindness that gave me this chart and everything that goes with it. Previously it looked like this, and it now looks like this. So I was able to use that for some of this week's homework that's just started. I had to do 79 stitches for Cheryl's group it's all about McDonald's this week. 79 years since McDonald's was formed by Ray Kroc in America. But I know all about that because I've actually been listening to a really cool podcast called Business Wars. So I've learned a lot about McDonald's in the last few weeks. So I did 79 stitches somewhere here. And then one of the other prompts was 100 stitches in something that was in the colour of camouflage. And this is perfect desert camouflage colour. It's Weeks Dye Works. The black windows that I've just started, but I stopped because it was late last night. I did a lot of stitching yesterday. Was charcoal. And I don't know the other colours, but this is a beautiful 32 count linen in antique white. So I've got a long way to go with that, but I did do 502 stitches on that last night, which meant that then finished 1,000 stitches from Magical Stitches Year Long of Malfoy Manor, Prisoners at Malfoy Manor, because I'm saying that's Malfoy Manor. So that's actually all the stitching I did. I mean, it's only 3 projects. It's a lot of stitches. So all up, it came to about 3,107 stitches, give or take. I had a major problem during the week. My phone died. I'm filming on my iPad, so hopefully it works all right. Well, it's died. It's alive, but I can't do anything. Touch it. Look, this is what it does to me. Didn't let me do that. Yeah. If I touch it, it does this.
Facebook, grouped, 3 hours ago, 3 notifications. Gmail, grouped, 41 minutes. Gmail, grouped. Gmail, grouped. Facebook, grouped, 49 minutes ago. Notifications.
Talks to me.
Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Then
So I'm off to the phone repairer this morning, which will be exciting. And I've been missing it, and I miss my counter app most of all. I really, really do love that counter app. It's a particular one. I'm going to show you again because it's really good. Luckily, I have an old phone. My counter app is this one, where you can see all the different projects and what the other counter apps. It's called Counter, but then it's also when you look for it, it's by Mick Racer, MIKRASYA. The reason why I really, really love this is because it breaks it down then into the days. So you can see how many stitches. I mean, I've only used this one yesterday, so it's boring again, and all my records are on my other phone. But luckily, I do have my trusty notebook too. Can't trust technology too much. So that was my stitching. So really, it was a good week of stitching. Had lots of fun yesterday. It was the Challenge Yourself Sal on virtual stitches. And again, I strongly encourage you, jump on, especially if you're an Australian person or someone who likes to stitch in the morning in the UK or America. I'd love to see you on there. I normally get on about 8 o'clock Sydney time most nights. And there's a couple of people on there, but we'd love to have some more people to chat to. It's very friendly, easygoing. If you in your jammies and you don't want to show your camera, you don't have to. Just, we might ask you to put it on, just show us what you're stitching, because the whole point is to sit there and stitch with people, not just to sit there and veg or snooze, but to stitch. So we're really interested in seeing what other people are stitching and having a chat. So the Challenge Yourself style started at 10:30am yesterday, my time, Saturday, and we kept it going on live on YouTube for about 5 hours. Then I switched off the camera and we were still going. It did not end until I went to bed just after 11pm. I did jump off for a little while, had to do a few things, had to watch a bit of a movie with the kids, do dinner and all that sort of stuff. But there's always lots of people on there chatting and having a great time. So it's really lots of fun, and I do encourage you to jump on and join if you want to actually get to stitch with people, ask questions. We're actually starting a new thing. Well, it's going to start today, I think, but it'll be before I put this video up, so you won't hear it. But came up with the idea that lots of people want help with their Magical Stitches homework. So we're actually going to do a bit of a brainstorming session on Virtual Stitches Live when the homework's posted. At the moment, every week. We'll see how we go. Depends on the homework. So as I said, that'll probably have been before I post this, unless I post this as a really quick video. Depends how much I can talk to you. So the other thing that happened this week was that I received my first beautiful gifts from Michelle McKinney at Tranquil Stitches and her 30 Minutes a Day group. She sent me my, I'm going to say, prizes that I purchased with the tokens from doing the stitching in her group. It is a closed group. It's only got 200 members, so I'm not advertising it as such, but it's really great, Shell. Thank you. We appreciate all the efforts you do. Look at this cute little card with a cute little butterfly sticker on it that she sent me with my little gifts. And congratulations on these charts. And the charts that I chose was this one called Sweet Scriptures. And a few reasons that I chose this was I really like little people. Look at that cute little one. But I also do like some Bible verses. So there's 4 beautiful girls there with the charts. And look, they're in colour. How cute is that? So I've got 4 little girls that I'm going to do as a series for my daughter. Don't know how, don't know when, but I've got them there to do. And the other one, very me. Lizzie Kate Tiny Tidings. And Virtual Stitches is starting we're trying to do a function every week, and next week's one is on Tuesday my time, so Monday night American time, like next week, not tomorrow I don't think. And you have to, well, you don't have to, but the idea is to try and stitch on something together. So the Lizzie Kate and I was really excited that I could start these little ornaments. Aren't they so cute? Sorry about the glare. You'll live. I'm not really a hugely apologetic person. I try to be a nice person. I try to be kind. I have a big, strong sense of justice and fairness, but I'm also very much a straight up and down. What you see is what you get. So that was my little bit of stitchy kindness / haul that came in the mail. So really exciting. I'm saving up my tokens, madly stitching. There's a few really cool charts that I want to get with my rewards. Nice to actually get something for what I'm doing, and a nice way to sort of pass the stash. I really, as I said, I do believe in that. So that brings me to the fact that it's my 30th film. And I don't know if I can convince Jen to jump on as well tonight. I'll see what I can do. But I want to do a giveaway. It's 30 episodes of you listening to me prattle on about cross stitch. So for my 30th, I have 2 different giveaways to give away. And same rules apply as for all floss tube giveaways. You have to be over 18. You need to be able to provide me your email and postal address. And you need to not write giveaway in the comments below. But my first one I'm giving away is because 2 weeks ago my husband took me to see Hugh Jackman in concert. Hugh Jackman, as you know, is a famous Australian artist, and he's a great performer. And the thing I know him least for is actually Wolverine. So I have this Mystic Stitch chart. It's, as far as I can tell, brand new and unused, and it's a Wolverine. So if you would like to win the Wolverine chart, you need to just tell me what you think of Hugh Jackman. Say, Hugh Jackman is whatever you think Hugh Jackman is. Spunky, hunky, gorgeous, an idiot, whatever you feel like. Hugh Jackman is, and you'll go into the draw to win that chart. And the second one is another designer I really like, Paula Vaughan. And this one is A Time to Dream, and it's a beautiful wedding sampler. Really love these patterns. I have a few of them. Jeannie's done some, and now she's done them. I think, I'm not sure how to do them. They're very detailed. So if you would like to win A Time to Dream, can you please tell me where you got married or where you'd like to get married? or if you don't want to get married, where you've been to a wedding. So just say, I got married, blah, blah, or I want to get married, blah, blah, or I saw my friend get married in blah, blah. And I'll enter you in the draw doing this beautiful chart. It is a used chart, but not marked at all. It's, again, full colour. So beautiful, beautiful chart. So yes. So they're my 2 giveaways to celebrate the fact that this is the 30th floss tube of Shady Tree Stitches. So I also thought I'd take a moment just to say a shout out to some people that I think you may be interested in watching. I do try to watch new people when I can. I like to see what comes up on my screen, and I know there's about 400 floss tubers out there, which is a lot. Great to see a couple more guys coming out. It's a really, this hobby is so good for relaxation, mindfulness, really good for calming you down, keeping your brain active as well, and relaxation. So, we need to encourage more people to do it. So my favourites, of course, Sammy J, Jessie Marie does stuff, Pam and Steph, Aussie Stitcher, Stitching May, Reading and Stitching, Link is my homeboy, and of course Tranquil Stitches. And then I also do try to watch a couple of others, often like Pretty Southern, Mish Stitch from Australia. I've probably forgotten a few, but they're the ones that I've been watching, and I'm aware that I have a very eclectic taste. I'm a fairly conservative person. I don't know, I'm an adult. I can cope with most things, but I do prefer things that are less risque. So I don't tend to go for ones where people are swearing or the topic matter of their stitching is not something that I want my kids to see, because my daughter loves watching me on floss tube, and my school kids, I made the mistake of telling them I make floss tubes in passing. So now my Year 11 class know that I do it, and it took them far less time to find me on floss tube than it does to do any of their homework. If only they'd applied themselves that much to their studies. Okay, so plans. Well, as I said, this will all come undone when homework gets home. For Shell's group, I have to do a Christmas piece. I have to do something with balls. Did you know that McDonald's nuggets came in the shape of a boot, a ball, a bone, and I can't remember the fourth one, but I didn't know. They were different shapes on purpose. So we have to do something with that shape, and we have to do something that is... no, it's gone out of my head. Anyway, so for Shell's homework, I need to do a couple of 100 stitches on my gingerbread Christmas piece, which will cover the other 3 prompts. So that's possibly what I'll do. Oh, the other one I know, it was your newest whip. All right, well, the new thing you opened. So I guess that's actually my Haid. So I have to do 100 stitches on my Haid, which will be nice. So that's my plan for when I get home today, to do 100 stitches on my Haid. Haven't touched it all week. It's going much better with the magnifying glass, and yeah, really good. But I also have my goals to finish by the end of August, so I'm really hoping Magical Stitches homework will fit in with these. I need to do 1,000 stitches on my welcome sign, my Cricket Collection welcome. I need to do 1,000 stitches on my Swan Lake, something to do with a book. I need to do 500 stitches on my Fairy Tale Sal. I can't remember. Oh, I know, because the fabric's on Zweigart. I don't use a lot of Zweigart at the moment. So I do that. And 500 on my Love Story Sal, which will almost finish it, which is exciting. So they're the pieces I'd like to work on this week. We'll see how much Magic Stitches homework changes that for me. Who knows? It'll happen. So that's what I want to try and achieve this week. One of those I'll make my 30-minute a day piece, probably one of those 1,000 ones, just to get them double dipped, and then everything will be done. So I'm up to 20 minutes, which means I can post this because I like to keep them short and to the point, and I'm really aware that someone will come out any minute. And the other thing I'm thinking about planning is my new starts. Virtual Stitches, we're doing a new start on the 29th of each month next year. And I also want to do a small new start from the freebie collection. So with the help of a lovely lady, I've been compiling a list, and I'll share that with you probably next video. Happy stitching!